Hi.
Hey,
Hi.
this is episode 12 of this thing we do.
Yep.
Thanks for listening. All right, have a good day, everyone.
You've got a lot of topics on hand. Let's jump right into it.
All right, so a lot has happened since the last episode of the Orange Peripheral. A fucking shitload. And I think now that a lot of it is dying down, now would be a good time to sweep through the ashes and see what remains and talk about what's happened.
It's all dead.
First up, the big elephant in the room, Konami.
Uh-huh.
Fucking Konami.
Uh-huh.
Konami. How far you have fallen, my friends. How far from grace you have fallen. You used to be at the top of the fucking world, but ever since you changed your
Right.
logo to that weird font that doesn't look like anything, like, ugh.
Oh, hold on. I don't really think they were ever on top of the world, but they at least had a standing in the industry, and now they just... Do you know how we always make that joke, how one session of Resident Evil 5 we were playing and I tried to shoot a spider off your foot with a rocket launcher?
Yeah.
That's just what Konami did to themselves. Their new president went absolutely insane, and this is coming from eyewitness reports of other Konami employees, and he's just decided, screw the console market, screw Kojima, screw Metal Gear, Silent Hill, and you. We're going to the mobile market.
Screw money, screw success, recognition. I mean, who needs any of that when we have the fucking mobile market?
And you know what? For the record, screw America. We're going back to Japan and working with pachinko.
Ugh.
Because that's all they have right now that they've completely destroyed their... Because they're gone from the New York Stock Exchange.
They are, yeah.
So over in Japan, they have a pretty good hold on the pachinko market. But other than that, they got nothing.
Well, then, if they're staying in Japan, then why have a Konami LA?
To sell you mobile Metal Gear and Silent Hill. It's where it's going. I really hate to say it, but that's where it's going.
Well, ever since they canned PT, I mean officially, I've known for a long time, but ever since they officially canned PT and pretty much said fuck you to everyone that they've ever loved, I think gamers are saying fuck you Konami as well.
Well, a lot of people have been saying that for years, but this is kind of like the final nail in the coffin.
I always said, at least they had Kojima, because Kojima was the one thing that was keeping that company afloat, and so, what did they do? They get rid of that! They are literally afraid of success! They are so afraid of money and success and any kind of, goodness, I don't know. I'm flabbergasted that a business would do this, be so self-destructive.
I'm telling you, it's that new guy.
I mean, jeez.
New guy doesn't know how to run a company.
Do you think there'll ever be hope?
No. No.
Like you don't think that they could fire that guy, he just goes so crazy he just jumps off a roof and kills himself, I don't know. And then they elect a new president who says, "Okay. All right. Let's try and fix this shit."
Well, they've had a history with just bad stuff all around. Because I've been doing some digging into this because I actually cared about the new Silent Hill, and now it's gone. But
they were good in the 90s. I mean,
well, I'm just thinking, when it comes to their big budget games, when they don't know how to sell stuff.
No, they don't.
They are terrible. They're terrible when it comes to actually selling stuff. Because I didn't actually realize this, but that Metal Gear HD collection or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
I looked at the release date. That was the same week as Call of Duty of that year. That's not going to sell. Just looking at all their past mistakes, and you'll realize they can't sell anything. They're terrible when it comes to that. So, not only do they make bad decisions, they also can't sell shit.
They fail as a company on every facet.
If it's not in an arcade, if you're not shooting balls to win more balls, you got nothing. They're terrible.
I'm just thinking about all the wonderful game series that we're losing because of this complete destruction of money, talent, and success.
So much for your new Goemon in 2015.
Nope. Yeah, no more fucking Ganbare Goemon. You know, that's been dead since, like, 2005. Fucking Contra's been dead since 2007. Fucking Castlevania, that's been dead for God knows how long.
Just a couple years, actually, because Lords of the Fallen 2, but that was not
Lords
too great.
of the Fallen?
What was it called? No, Lords of Shadow, sorry.
Lords of the Fallen was that Dark Souls ripoff.
Sorry.
Speaking of Dark Souls, thanks Bandai Namco for not sucking as bad as Konami, but anyway.
God damn it, I was hoping it wouldn't come up, but I inadvertently did it.
Thanks for that. But anyway, Tokimeki Memorial, we're losing that. We've lost that for a long time.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a dating sim.
Oh yeah, we certainly lost a hot commodity there.
But we're losing everything.
Because Konami hates you.
They do.
Specifically you. You listening, they hate you.
Yes, that's right. If you ever pick up a game controller and play one of their games, fuck you, is what they're saying to you, pretty much.
Fuck you, fuck the industry, fuck it! That's why I thought it would be hilarious if this year's E3 they actually held a conference to show off their new mobile Metal Gear. That would go over well.
I'm just... How much further can they go? I just got a feeling that things aren't really over yet because Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain still hasn't been released yet.
I tell you where they're going. Okay, go with me on this.
Okay.
So, Kojima canned, PT is gone from the PSN network, Silent Hill's canceled. They have now started taking down videos on YouTube concerning Konami, Kojima, and PT.
By the way,
That's
don't you
where
dare
they're
put
going.
Konami in the title of this episode, okay?
It'll be gone immediately.
We're just gonna talk about Konami, and then we're probably gonna forget about it as soon as Phantom Pain comes out, like everybody else in America.
But think about that. They have the power, and they've already done it. They've already thrown their weight around to varying degrees of unsuccess. But they took down somebody's video discussing Konami and Kojima. They took down, gave the guy a copyright strike, and guess how long that lasted?
A day?
3 hours.
3
Konami
hours.
can't even uphold copyright strikes. They suck at everything. Sorry.
This is a legend. This is a legendary moment in the industry. This is a dark day for the industry.
Did you ever see the first person to ever uncover Silent Hills? Like the first person to ever find out what PT was?
Yeah, that I think I saw like a glimpse of it.
That right there was golden.
Mm-hmm.
And now they want to erase every bit of evidence from that game from existence. Because fuck you.
I put a tweet on Twitter saying that PT is now illegal. Any mention of PT will get you shot and you will be arrested. The PT never existed, it is a lie, and never mention PT again. That was the most popular tweet I think I've ever had on my account.
Yeah, because you're absolutely right.
Exactly.
And you also put a picture of
Judge
Dredd.
Yeah, I think that did it too.
Oh, that was perfect. But yeah, pretty much. They do not want this to exist anymore. It's like they never wanted it to exist because Kojima had his name on it. They think if they could just sweep it under the rug, it never happened.
We as gamers need to tell Konami that you can't just erase our memories when you feel like it.
They'll still try.
But we need to prove that they can't.
Quick, copyright strikes everywhere. Take it all down. Even if they don't mention Konami or PT, or just take it down. Go ahead. Take down the video that Game Grumps has. I dare you. Go ahead. Try to attack YouTubers with more subscribers than your actual channel. I dare you.
And then we talk about the peer-to-peer networks where they're just going to have videos of PT. PT is going to be like the underground secret that everyone remembers. It's like, I remember PT, but the man doesn't want us to remember it. He'd be like our fallen hero of the resistance.
Yeah, no kidding. Because, that actually had that survival horror game, or just that regular horror game, had some muscle to it. It was going to be the best horror game in years, and now we don't get it.
I'm not that sad because A, I've already played and beat it, and B, I kind of knew that it was going to get canceled because we haven't heard shit on it since. Like, absolutely nothing on it. So I had a good feeling going in that this was not going to happen.
Look, we were optimistic, okay? People who wanted a good survival horror game were optimistic.
I guess I know better.
If you don't hear anything, that means they're working on it, okay?
Yeah. And then they turn into Duke Nukem Forever. And yet, however, this brings me to my next point. Well, this kind of combines the 2 points that I have here, but here's what I think might happen. Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain gets finished and released. They all the post-game stuff, and Kojima leaves Konami forever. Fuck them. Like about 2 years later, we get a Kickstarter. Kojima's got a new team working with Del Toro. Could we see PT rise again?
It'll have to be under a bunch of different names, but yes.
Del Toro seemed actually disappointed that it wasn't happening, so...
Well, same with everybody involved.
If it's something that Kojima wanted to do, and something that the people working on it wanted to do, and something that people are definitely going to buy, you know, something's got to give, you know?
Well, I tell you what, the first mention of a Kickstarter by Kojima, you can bet anything that I'll be there backing that.
Yeah, this brings us to my next point. Kickstarter. This is the new shape of the industry.
I wouldn't say it's the shape of the industry. I'll cut you off right there.
Okay, fine. It's a new leg of the industry.
Let's just say it's a way to...
And it's starting to run stronger than some of the other legs, let me tell you that much.
It's a way to bring back the kindred spirit we had back in the day. They're bringing back classic feels and putting them into the current generation.
No, you know what's happening is that people are going on Kickstarter and saying, hey, everybody, I want you to give me money so I can actually develop a good game for once.
I do agree with that, and I've had plenty of discussions with people on why Kickstarter is a good thing and why it can be seen as a bad thing. The good thing, obviously, is we're getting the games that we've wanted for years that AAA companies think you don't want.
Exactly. And nobody pays attention to the market data, nobody pays attention to the history, nobody pays attention to anything in the industry, and so that's why we're losing so much money, and why all of these games that cater to those needs that gamers want get so much money.
Well, do you know about the fascination with numbers that the industry has right now?
What do you mean? Everybody loves numbers. I'm watching numbers right now on my Audacity file right here going up.
Let me just give you an example. Square Enix, when Tomb Raider came out, sold like 2 million copies worldwide. That is amazing for a game. They said it wasn't good enough. It wasn't 10 million. Now, switch over to... Yes, switch over to Sega. Alien Isolation. That sold millions of copies around the world. Not good enough. I was like, are you kidding? That's your best-selling game in years. And you're saying 2 million plus isn't good enough?
Switch over to Bloodborne now, and it sold over 1 million copies. And Sony was like, how the fuck? Oh my god, that was way more than we expected.
Well, not only that, it's just... companies are thinking too big. They want every single game to sell as much as Call of Duty, and it's never going to happen.
You can't develop games the same way you develop Hollywood movies. And that's the kind of mentality that we're starting to get here.
That's a whole different problem with the industry, though, thinking, you know, people want to play a game that's like a movie. No, we don't. We want to play a fucking video game.
We want to play a fun-ass video game that looks pretty good. It doesn't have to be bleeding-edge graphics or anything like that. It just has to look nice.
That's what was wrong with The Order. Like, the people behind it, and I did some reading up on this too, the guys behind it said, we wanted to make it look like a movie. Why? It's a game! I mean, yeah, it looks nice, but you wanted it to feel like a movie? They're two completely different things.
You need good gameplay. Graphics don't matter anymore. You know, We have hyper-realistic, shiny graphics that look almost fucking real. And we can do it so easily thanks to Unreal 4 and Unity 5. You know, we've won. Graphic war's over. No need to worry about it anymore. Now let's focus on some good fucking games. And you know who hasn't been doing that? The AAA gaming industry. But you know who has been doing that? The Kickstarter people and the indie developers.
See, they know, and these are, a lot of these Kickstarters that become successful, some of them are, I will admit, some of them are flukes, but they have good ideas that grab you and go, oh yeah, I want to look at that. But a lot of these successful Kickstarters recently are people that used to be in the industry and said, I just want to make a good game. I don't want to be tied to... Do you guys want this? Show me that you want it and I'll make it. Trust me.
Exactly. And going to Ukulele now.
Ukulele, funded in 45 minutes because they said, hey, we're the old team from Rare and it's going to be kind of like that Banjo-Kazooie game that you really liked. People threw money at that. They threw it at their screen before they realized what they could do to actually fund it.
They've got the they've got the assets, they've got the art style, they've got everything looking fantastic for them. You know, everything's just great. And shit, I lost my train of thought. I got text messages. I lost my train of thought.
Well, the other one was that surprised me. It came out of nowhere. Was Bloodstained, a successor to Symphony of the Night, which I am all over that.
Oh, yes.
I can't wait for that.
Yes. Two fantastic games coming back. These are people who were in the industry who wanted to make games the way that they used to be made. You know, a smaller dev team, not, you know, using the money that they had to make the best game they possibly could instead of the sexiest looking game they possibly could for the biggest demographic they possibly could. You know, it's games for everybody. It doesn't have to be for a certain, you know, college frat boy demographic.
Which, I really hate to bring this up too, but this is also based on numbers. They only choose that demographic because they know that's an easy sell. Not just an easy sell, a safe sell. Choosing the demographic on 16-year-olds between 16 and 25, that is a safe bet for easy money, which is why they make games for that easy money, because they're going to make that back.
Well, I can't tell you the number of people I know who play Call of Duty who don't really call themselves gamers. They only get, like, the super massive sellers, like Skyrim and mostly just Call of Duty. I've had people who've never even played the single-player portion of Call of Duty, and they put, like, hours and hours in the multiplayer.
Because that's what they want. They want a competitive multiplayer game, and that's fine.
So what makes you think that you and 80 million other people can attest to that? Battlefield's the only one that's come close, and nobody even likes the fourth one.
It's all about numbers. They see those numbers rise, they think, I can do that. In fact, watch me do that.
It's kind of the attitude that we take in our work as well. We take integrity in our work, you know?
Yeah.
We don't look at the numbers and only focus on all that. You know, we actually have fun in what we do, like developers should, because it's just like movies. If no matter how good it is or how it's made, if people had fun making it and you can see it on the screen, then chances are the audience or the player will have fun with it as well.
Yeah, do you want some more numbers? These are positive numbers.
Okay, please, I need some positive numbers.
I just looked up Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night. That's the full name. That's Koji Igarashi's Symphony of the Night successor. He can't call it that because of Konami, but imagine that. He's sticking it to the man. He asked for $500,000. It's at $2.6 million. He has far surpassed that in days.
Bloodstained and Ukulele are two different Kickstarter stories, I think. Both massive successes, both wonderful news that, you know, fresh off the heels of PT being canceled. That's why I'm not sad, because all these other good games are coming in its place.
It still leaves a scar, but let me...
There's plenty of cream though to soothe the wound, you know.
Let me remind everybody that there was another successful Kickstarter a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. We want to call it Mega Man, but it's called Mighty Number 9. And it blew me away when I went into my GameStop and they said, hey, did you pre-order Mighty Number 9 yet? And I was like, what? Oh, yeah. No, please, sign me up for a Wii U version. I'm dying over here because I'm going to be playing a boxed copy of a brand new Mega Man game in 2015. And I'm happy. I can't wait for it.
It's going to be fantastic because it's Keiji Inafune.
I know.
That's what's happening now. All of the big-time developers all the big names are leaving their big studios, which are like cages to them. And they're going to Kickstarter to make their games that people actually want to play. Tim Schafer did it. The guys who did Toe Jam and Earl did it. Fucking, of course, Yooka-Laylee and Bloodstained, just to name a few. But everyone's been doing this. And it's been getting so much money because gamers want good games again.
Well, see, all the AAA developers, all they see are the dollar signs. They don't care about you. They don't care about your game. They just want that money to throw in their vault so they can go swimming in it. That's all they want. Now, people who jump to Kickstarter, who actually want to make a good, fun game, all they see are smiling faces. That's all they want to see. The money is just there to help the process go quicker. Because didn't you tell me that Igarashi already had the thing funded? He just needed the extra help, just in case, just to make it better.
He left Konami like a year ago, and then he went and went and did his own thing or whatever. No one knew where he went. Then he comes back a couple days before his Kickstarter announcements, asking whip or sword. It doesn't matter to me. But he pretty much comes up and says, "All right, this is my Kickstarter for my new game called Bloodstained. It's going to be in the style of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. It's going to be great. I know you're going to fucking love it. Oh yeah, I've already got about 90% of the game funded, and I need about 500k more if I were to get this really really good going. So I want you to prove to me how much you want this game. So throw your money to me to show how much you want it, and we'll make it even better with the money that we get." And it's just such a cocky attitude towards the whole thing. In the trailer, he's got the chalice and everything, so what a badass motherfucker to just come out and just say that,
Oh yeah, he was pulling the Dracula thing. That cockiness made people throw money at their screens as well. That was a really good tactic. I like that.
It's like he was about 2 sentences away from knocking PT. It's like we may not have Norman Reedus, but at least we'll have our game finished.
He has David Hayter.
Yeah, that's right. That was one of the stretch goals, to get David Hayter. Now they got him. So it's going to be even sexier.
I was actually looking at Twitter the day it went up, and of course that got funded in 2 hours.
Of course.
Bloodstained immediately funded, but
yeah.
David Hayter posted a picture of the stretch goal. He's like, "Well, I better warm up the pipes." It already went past 1 million.
Well, people love David Hayter too. And then I look over to Yooka-Laylee, and they were the complete opposite in terms of tone for their game. Mm-hmm. They were very modest. They were a very small company. I don't think they were sure about how many people actually wanted Banjo 3, even though it's a game people have been wanting ever since 2003, like begging for it. And so here they come saying, "Hey, we're going to do a revival of the Banjo-Kazooie series, kind of, and a spiritual successor. We'll take about £175,000 if that's possible." And that's why it was funded in 45 minutes, because their asking price was so low.
Yeah, that's what I thought was amazing. Like, Bloodstained asked for £500,000. Yooka-Laylee only asked for £175,000. You said?
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up. See how much that is.
That's about $200,000 American.
Oh my yikes! Don't worry about me.
But yeah, they ask for so little, and then they get funded immediately, which means the project is good to go. And then they just get more and more and more, and it's not going to stop until that Kickstarter is done.
It's roughly a little over $250,000. $270,000. Pretty almost.
Okay. Still, that's a lot lower than other developers were asking for.
What other video game Kickstarters ask for?
Yeah, those big level developers. I'm excited for Mighty Number 9.
I know, it's exciting to be a gamer again, because it's these games coming that you made. You had a part in making this game come true.
That makes me smile.
And if you don't like it, you can sue them.
I have a share in all of these games. I don't like it, therefore, I don't know.
Well, I don't mean like if you don't like it. I'm talking if they pull a goddess.
If they pull a goddess?
Yeah, if they pull a goddess.
Yeah, well, this is where the discussions I've had with other people saying that Kickstarter is kind of a negative thing in a way, because you got an example of Goddess. Peter Molyneux he's a fun guy, but he promises you the world and gives you a twig. So it's a
nice twig, yes, but it's not the tree that you wanted.
It's not the world he promised.
Yeah.
But he's done that for years, but that's beside the point. Another bad thing about Kickstarter is you can almost see it as primarily a popularity contest. Like, people funded Mighty Number 9 because they wanted Mega Man. They funded Bloodstain because they wanted Symphony of the Night, funded Yooka-Laylee because they wanted Banjo-Kazooie. But just imagine if somebody came up with a game that wanted Revitalized and nobody wanted it because they either don't remember or there's not a high demand for it. That Kickstarter's going to fail. And that's really disappointing when it comes down to recognizable names.
Well, keep this in mind, though. Rise of the Triad got its Kickstarter.
Did it? What? I didn't see that.
Oh, yeah, Rise of the Triad. They remade it. They also redid Flashback, but nobody really liked that one.
Huh.
So it's not just a popularity contest. It's putting the right amount of money in the right hands of the right people.
Well, can you also see the popularity contest angle from names that are a part of the project? Like, we hear Igarashi, we hear Old Rare, and then people flock to it.
Of course. Toe Jam and Earl 4 got funded.
Oh, I didn't see that. I was worried about that one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Kickstarters get funded pretty frequently. I mean, I'm sure there's still some out there that doesn't get funded, but I'm sure there's reasons behind it. Because the way that the gaming journalism works, if there is a Kickstarter that shows a promising revitalization of an old, genre, whatever, or someone else who's doing it, they will publish it, and the word will spread like wildfire, and then that'll determine if people actually want to pay money for it or not. But put the money in the right hands of the right people, because if you give it to Peter Molyneux, well, it's like, do I want to give this $10 bill to, say, someone like, I don't know, Sid Meier? It's like, here, Sid Meier, here's $10 to hopefully make Civ 6 or some kind of successor to that. Or do I give it to someone like, I don't know, Itagaki? It's like, make a good Ninja Gaiden game.
I thought you were going to say you could either give the $10 bill to Sid Meier or just throw it off a bridge. You're going to go with the better solution. Or
I could just keep it and go buy me a Big Mac or something.
Shoot. I always hate when I lose what I'm going to say. What happens if the game comes out and it's not that good?
People are disappointed, and that person's reputation is ruined forever, and there will be no follow-up game to it. But I have one more negative story about Kickstarter. I forget what it was called. It's doing pretty okay now, but there was another Kickstarter sort of indie game. It was kind of like a sci-fi thing. It was funded mainly due to the thanks of a $7,000 donation that pretty much saved the project. And in the last 17 minutes of the Kickstarter, it was proven to be fraudulent. And it failed.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that. You also have the situation where people pull their donations, and that makes it fail.
Second. Yeah.
Oof. Yeah, that hurts. So, yeah, that if people get cold feet, that's bad. Or if they attempt to make it look like their Kickstarter was successful, that's another bad thing. So, here I pose a question to you.
All right.
With all these revitalizations, and I know for the fact that you and I always say we want something new, isn't that a bit counterintuitive? Where we want something new, but we're getting the exact same thing we've played before?
The infamous words of Reggie Fils-Aimé, no, not my body is ready. He said during the opening of one of his E3 press conferences one year, "We hear you. You want something new, but something familiar. That's what everybody wants. They want what they remember, but they want it new. And I think the best example of that is a lot of these 3DS versions of games, you know? You look at Animal Crossing, it's New Leaf. That's one of the best Animal Crossing games ever. Probably the best because of how much it adds to it. You look at Fire Emblem Awakening, it's probably one of the best strategy RPGs I think I've ever played. I think it's finally debunked Disgaea. Because there's so much you can do to it. There's a easier difficulty setting. It's just about tweaking the old to make it new, make it more accessible.
Now, could you argue that with something like Call of Duty, which is literally a new coat of paint every time with something tweaked?
You gotta admit something about Call of Duty. They're still pretty good shooters.
Yeah, I'm not knocking it for being a game that's actually fun to play, but it's the same thing every year with something small changed.
For some people, that's all they need. For some people, Call of Duty is the only game that they get.
No, that's a good point.
Some people really like the gun wank. Some people just like how Call of Duty feels. Some people have a lot of good memories of Call of Duty, you know? The worst thing I can say is that it's always the same thing.
Yeah, I could see that. And it's still the highest selling game every single year. There's no way that's going away. I think Grand Theft Auto... Did GTA 5 beat Call of Duty?
I think it may have, but I don't know if... what was it, Black Ops 2 that year?
I can't remember. That was in 2013? Yeah. 2014. When did GTA come out?
13.
13, okay.
Wow. Call of Duty's not going away. We're not going to change that at all.
No. It's never going to die until people stop buying it, and even then, they'll probably still come out with 5 more before it completely dies a slow, painful death.
Well, the way that Call of Duty will die a slow, painful death is if it goes free to play. I think that's going to be next. They're just going to drop the whole single-player thing entirely and just going to be Call of Duty online, just one whole big thing, which actually might not be that bad, come to think of it.
No. You pay to win.
Yeah, microtransactions would fuck up the balance a bit.
Oh, yeah.
But hey, I mean, Activision has been doing good lately. By that I mean they've been keeping their CEO's mouth shut for the past several years.
Yeah, no kidding.
Activision was at their lowest in public opinion when every time Bobby Kotick opened his fucking mouth to say something. Every time he opened his mouth to say something in an interview, everyone jumped on him and said,
"Shut up!"
So I guess I hired a new PR guy. It's like, okay, first off, CEO, shut the fuck up. Just stop talking. It's like, I want to release a statement saying how Call of Duty is better than Jesus. Yeah, no. There's some Dark Souls fan who will argue with that.
Huh. Well, I don't have any data saying that GTA 5 or Call of Duty Ghosts, that was the one that year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's no like actual numbers. I would love to see that because I think GTA 5 broke 1 billion, and that's around Call of Duty numbers.
Yeah, it was a big game. Great game, though.
Oh, yeah.
A lot more fun than Call of Duty because I can spend a lot more time playing it.
Yeah. Well, they're two completely different games if you really want to get technical.
There's a definite value difference, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, we can go on for hours on differences between other games and what we think is worth $60 and what we think is worth $20 or whatever.
And now the difference between Pong and Call of Duty.
Hours of gameplay for both. Well, what's the difference in gameplay?
I think Pong had the stronger multiplayer because you didn't have to worry about connection issues.
The controllers came with the console. No lag.
The community is far more forgiving.
They don't call me everything but a white man when they lose.
Yeah, imagine if those kids on Xbox Live were playing Pong. Oh, that Pong got past my fucking second! Oh my god!
Whew, that would be... Oh, I hate kids today.
I know, right?
I shouldn't say that, but I hate gamers today.
Oh yeah, gamers are terrible. We are terrible people, and so we need to differentiate us. There needs to be like different types of gamers, because there can't just be one type of gamer out there.
I know, and that was one of the things that killed me when I worked at GameStop. You know, these mothers and fathers who don't know about video games, and even when we tell them that Far Cry 3 has full frontal female nudity, they're like, "Oh, I don't care." They just don't care, and that's what makes bad kids.
Yeah, let me look at the back of the ESRB thing on here, because I have Far Cry 3 right here. It says, blood and gore, intense violence, nudity, strong language, strong sexual content, and use of drugs. Nobody ever
And they
reads
just say,
these
"Oh, I
things.
don't care."
No, they don't care. Nobody ever reads these things.
Well, even when us employees are telling them, this has really bad stuff. Like, I remember when Saints Row 3 came out, I was still working there, and we had to tell people you can beat people over the head with a giant purple dildo.
That's one of the crowning achieving moments of that game.
And yet, parents were like, "Oh, well," they look at the kid and say, "Just don't do that in front of your brother," or something. And I'm like, "Are you kidding me?
Do you have a giant purple dildo at home?
God damn! Are you kidding me?" Now, I will say there is a silver lining, because I have gone to GameStop, the one I used to work at, frequently, and I hear stories, and I get to experience some of these stories where kids get caught and they pretty much get punished on the spot for trying to put one under the parents. Probably one of the funniest ones is, it was Saints Row. You know, a mom didn't know anything about video games. Kid brings it up to the counter, and mom's ready to pay for it. And the employee, he was having a bit of trouble saying the big purple dildo. So I came in as a customer, as a bystander, and said, "Yeah, you beat people over the head with a giant purple dildo." And she gives him that look. The mom look. Like, what? and you can see all the color drain from the kid's face as he... And he's just looking, he's just like, and she says, "You put that back right now, we're leaving." And he was almost in tears on the way out. I don't feel bad. I felt great. I was like, "Yeah, that's right. Good job on you, Mom."
I love it when kids get in trouble. It's hilarious.
I don't know if I should be if I should feel bad or not, but that was hilarious.
Oh, wow, that's great. That's amazing.
There are also some ones where it came to, like, Far Cry, Grand Theft Auto, and, the kids were trying to say, it's like, "No, my friend lets me play it," and she's like, "Well, that's your friend's, not at my house." It's fantastic. I love it.
Don't worry, kids, you can play Dark Souls 2. The shitty one. Have fun, I guess.
That makes me think of, there was like this 6-year-old who had an attitude. He was hot shit at playing any game. He comes up to me and he throws on the counter Ninja Gaiden 2. And I said, and we explained to the dad, it's like, "Well, there's a lot of blood. You're chopping people's heads off. There's blood everywhere. You're killing a bunch of people." And he said, "Oh, that's fine." And I can kind of understand that with the dad and son if it's just like violence, not like extreme violence, but kind of cartoony.
It's over-the-top violence. It's, like, ridiculous.
But then I tell the kid, this game is, like, really hard, right? Like, you probably won't get past the first stage. And he goes, "Nah, I've done it before. I've already beaten the game. I just wanted to play it and beat it again." He came back the next day saying it was broken. He didn't play it. You could just tell. He looked frustrated bringing it in. So that kid didn't make it past the first enemy of Ninja Gaiden 2. You could tell.
God, you're bringing back so many bad memories of Ninja Gaiden 2 right now. Got so fucking mad at that game.
It's a great game. It's
so
just hard
fucking
as hell.
mad. Oh, so fucking mad. Oh.
Oh, God, that was fun.
I had to go out and buy the guide for it, for fuck's sake.
And they wanted you to, for 5 gamer score, beat the game with every single weapon only. There is no fucking way I'm beating it more than one time.
You know, I bet now that I played Dark Souls and Bloodborne, I bet I could do it.
It's a different game. There's a lot of bullshit.
I'm a different gamer.
You would... I know you. I know you. You would get pissed off immediately playing Ninja Gaiden again.
Well, I'm learning that A, X, and Y is a pretty good combo. You know, the one where you jump quickly in the air and then you slash forward with your sword and you jump quickly again. Nothing can touch me.
Well, it's also faster than Bloodborne, Dark Souls, all that stuff. Because Bloodborne and Dark Souls, that's a tactical game. You need to plan out before you even start attacking the dude. You need to dodge, you need to do everything. Ninja Gaiden's fast.
Ninja Gaiden's fast, but not as deep. Dark Souls is deep, but not as fast.
Well...
Lords of the Fallen is not as deep and not as fast. And
not as anything.
No.
What did you have next? I don't even know if you want to go on that since we're on a good tangent now.
We're doing pretty good. Keep going. I mean, I got another couple of topics, but yeah, keep it going.
I don't know if I know any other GameStop stories. I know a lot of creepy people. And like, I got one for you.
What do you got?
So, all these niche games that I have, some of them more shameful than others, and because I used to work there, all the employees, they know me now. Even the new people, they know me really well. Like, they know I'm an outgoing person. You know, I buy these games because nobody else will. And
we call those people shut-ins.
But I get out of the house, I swear. No, they know I just play them. They know, let's say this. They know I won't do anything creepy with the game.
You're buying it for irony's sake because, let's see how crap this is. Yep, it's crap.
Oh, I've played plenty of them, and they ask me about it, and I say, yeah, it's a piece of shit. Imagine that. I got burned on another one.
But you don't buy a sex pillow.
Right. And then they get the people who buy the exact same game.
Who do? Who have five?
No, this is where it gets funny and how they explain it to me. See, some customers come in and they buy like a Neptunian game. They buy Criminal Girls for the sole intent of playing it with nobody around. They pick it up as well as another game and kind of hide it. And then they take it up to the front counter and quickly throw it on the counter and just start looking away. So even they don't want to be seen with it, but they know this is probably the only way they're going to get it. So, you know, they put two of the games and they just quickly put it down and then just look away so nobody sees what they're buying.
I've had games like that before. I've bought a game that I was ashamed that I bought. I was buying Grand Theft Auto 5, ironically, when I was doing this, and because I knew that Violet would want to play the game before me, I went and got something for my 3DS that would just pass the time, and I felt really ashamed of what I got. Cooking Mama 4.
Well, that's a different kind of shame. That's there's some depth to Cooking Mama games. You actually have to follow directions.
Well, after getting yelled at and screamed and dying a lot in all the other games that I play, it's good to have a game tell me that I'm actually doing something right for once.
You're better than Mama!
Emma! Oh, wow, I wasn't even trying.
Well, the thing is, Cooking Mama is a game that you mostly put towards kids or people who want to learn, recipes and stuff. Something like Criminal Girls... Cooking Mama's not going to take her top off after you do better than Mama, okay? But
oh, man.
You're not going to... It's a different world, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I still love how they explain it. They're like, yeah, they're not like you because they won't look at me when they put the game on the counter, and they won't laugh it off. They'll just quickly, you'll put the game in the bag, they'll snatch the bag away, and then run out the door. It's like, whoa, okay.
Can I use your bathroom? No!
I got one more.
Oh, do you?
I got one more, and then we can move on. This actually happened 2 days ago.
Oh.
So, I start driving up, and there's nobody in the parking lot except for one guy standing in front of the store. As I'm pulling in, my old manager is going into the store, too. And this guy's acting a bit weird. He's got something in his hand, And the manager's starting walking up to the door, and he starts talking to her. So as I pull up, I sit there and watch just to make sure like everything's okay. This guy's off a bit. You could just tell just by looking at him.
Mm-hmm.
So he eventually walks back to his car. You know, she goes in, and then I go in. And as I'm walking in, she and the other manager in there are talking about that guy. And I said, so, what's the deal with that guy? And they go, well, he comes in a lot. And he is thoroughly convinced that the Assassin's Guild from Assassin's Creed is real, and they're out there somewhere. And I stop for a second. I go, whoa, really? Is he a Templar? And they go, we don't know, but he gets every Assassin's Creed game looking for clues. And the punchline, he said, oh, by the way, he also picked up an application and filled it out and gave it to me.
You?
No, not me. He filled it out and gave it to one of the managers.
Oh man. Ran in the trash.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they did. They're like, yep, nope. I lost it there, and that's when we got into a deep discussion about E3 and Kickstarter and all that. It was a really good conversation. It lasted a bit longer than I wanted it to, but it was still good. I have good talks over there. We have intellectual discussions about video games. It's great.
Yeah, I find myself talking pretty good with some of the GameStop guys over there, because I hate it when I talk to a GameStop employee who doesn't know shit about games.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's like, what the fuck are you doing here, then? It'd be like if me, worked at a Gap.
That was also the day they tried to sell me The Witcher 3 and spent about 20 minutes telling me all the good stuff. They even resorted to saying, you can have a menage a trois. Here, let me show it to you in the guide. There's a guide in The Witcher 3's book that tells you how to bang all the chicks, which ones you can and can't.
At once?
I asked them, because I had to know. Of course, if you're showing me this and you're trying this tactic, I have to know, have you sold any copies of The Witcher to anyone using that tactic? They said, yeah, we have. I said, how many? About half of them. I was like, Jesus Christ. You gotta be kidding.
Well, that's how CD Projekt Red works. They want to make the best game that they can, so they want to make a game where you can go anywhere, kill anything, and fuck anything.
Yeah, pulling a BioWare. Except not BioWare.
I really kind of want it, because it looks like that they finally got everything right.
Oh, yeah.
The first Witcher, to me, looked like busy work. It just looked like a single-player MMO and didn't really have a whole lot to it. The second one looked pretty good, and like people were saying that it was indeed really good. But again, I wasn't fully on board yet. Now I think it's time to hop on.
I will give you a warning, though, and this is coming from the employees who have played it.
I will give you a warning. I love games like Dragon Age Inquisition.
No, I'm saying you have to know stuff from the first and second game or you're going to be lost.
No, I think one of the reviews I saw said that if you haven't played the first two, the third one does a pretty okay job of bringing you up to speed.
Well, I guess it would help to know the first and second one, just like every other sequel. It's good to know stuff that happened beforehand. But...
Also, I want to play Witcher 3, and I don't have 150 hours to spend on the other two, okay?
Okay, good point.
Yeah.
Did I tell you how much I got the first Witcher, like the deluxe edition of The Witcher on Steam? How much I got it for?
$275.
Big old Steam sale. You know, in the middle of summer. It's like, oh man, what am I going to get? Oh, The Witcher, I'd never played that, and I finally have a computer powerful enough to play it. How much is it? Oh, it comes with all the DLC? How much is it? $5. Yeah.
That was like from like 2008 or something?
Oh, it's an old one. I think it is from 2008.
They take time in between their games, CD Projekt Red.
That's good. And they even pushed this one back a couple times just to make sure all the kinks were worked out.
You can chalk CD Projekt Red as one of those good developers.
No kidding.
Ones that care about their games, ones that care about their people, ones that care about the post-release of their game, instead of just saying, fuck it, onto the DLC.
No shackles on them. That's good.
Yeah. And as a result, they do pretty well.
Oh yeah. They've had. I know they've been around for a while, but their 3 big releases is the Witcher trilogy, and it's done amazing for them.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, CD Projekt Red. Round of applause.
Bravo.
That also goes with their DLC thing, but I'll leave that as a surprise. If you go and buy a new copy of The Witcher 3, you'll find a pleasant surprise in there.
I'm hopefully going to pick it up soon.
Oh, yeah.
It looks really good. I mean, it looks like that they're focusing more on personal stories and all that, and you just gotta say good story. I'm on board.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are saying the side quests, they go into like 2 to 3 hours worth of depth just for side quests.
Good.
And that's longevity. I like that.
I'm the kind of guy who loves the hour-long ending cutscene of Metal Gear Solid 4.
You like everything Metal Gear.
Not everything.
Oh, right. You were telling me about this earlier. But,
yeah, I was ranting about portable ops to him. Because we've been talking about future projects. We're probably thinking about doing a Peace Walker Let's Play.
And I found out today that I have it, so that's awesome, and that's also sad that I didn't know what I have.
You get to meet Frog!
Frog?
Frog is my lady soldier who kicks more ass than Snake.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me about Frog.
Yeah, Frog.
Dude, I want to meet Frog.
Frog is awesome. You will love Frog.
Do you want to go to E3?
Yeah, let's talk about E3.
Cool. It's coming up soon. We're going to do a follow-up podcast after E3's done. And depending on what the big 3 have, it's either going to be a positive podcast or a very negative podcast. Did you want to go through all the big 3 and talk about what they may or may not have?
Let's start with Microsoft.
Microsoft, that's always the punchline every year that I make fun of them, but now that I'm an Xbox One owner, I kind of have to give them something and hope they give me something in return.
I don't think they've ever won an E3 at all.
Yeah, that's a sad thing. I'm thinking this year, if I were to write something down on my E3 wish list, I'm thinking price drop.
I'm thinking games. Games.
I'm thinking they're going to start out with a price drop. They're going to show off Halo. They're going to show off Gears of War HD because you know it's coming. They're going to show off more of Scalebound if it's not dead. Hopefully. There's going to be a Call of Duty segment because they've got nothing else. And then they're going to show off Battletoads. I guarantee it. They're going to show off something old rare. Conker's already out there. Banjo-Kazooie's dead. They're either going to show off Viva Pinata or Battletoads. They have to.
I'm just thinking... I'm trying to be realistic about what kind of show they're actually going to have. And that does sound about right. But they're probably going to push more about sports and TV and all these new features coming to Xbox that nobody asked for.
Well, you think about it, they kind of blew their load that one year where it was all about the TV, Xbox One. So I think most of those features are out of the way. They're probably going to do a short segment saying, here's what's been updated, here's what's new, okay, let's move on. And I still think Battletoads, it's going to be in there in one way, shape, or form.
They've pretty much abandoned the Kinect, so I don't think that's going to be a problem anymore. So maybe this could be the year where they're actually competent. Yeah. If they just focus on games. It's like, hey, we're Microsoft. We have all the fucking money in the world. We're the one who puts all this research into what gamers want, evidently. So here's some other fucking games. That's all you need. That's all you want. You can still keep your fancy, TV sports add-ons, whatever, just as long as you have some discs for us to put in the fucking console that say Xbox One on them.
That is going to be nice. I am kind of excited to see what Microsoft has, because these past couple of years, they've shown off things that nobody saw coming, and that's a good thing. They showed off the regular offenders, Halo, Call of Duty, blah, 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 blah. But then they showed off, Scalebound. That was a big thing.
Sunset Overdrive.
That was another out-of-nowhere one that looked promising.
Yeah, because that was when the Xbox One was getting tons and tons of hate. I mean, and how the general consensus was, Xbox One sucks. You see all those fucking games? Although Sunset Overdrive...
Yeah, thanks, Insomniac. You saved the X-Bone.
Ha-ha!
That's let's move on to Sony. I want to save Nintendo for last for good reason.
I think Sony is going to be focusing on games a lot this year, too. I mean, they have to, unless they have some kind of weird add-on that they have up their sleeve. But
yep.
Sony's got to be games. It's like, all right, I'm glad you're all enjoying the PS4. I'm glad you're all enjoying the PSP. I'm glad all of you people still got the PS3 out there with the legacy consoles, which they're still supporting, which is also good. That thing has lasted almost 10 years, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's still a good console.
It is. It's very impressive. It's still getting releases whenever the PS Vita releases. You know, sometimes you get PS Vita, PS3 releases on some games, some niche titles. And that's what this is going to be. It's going to be a niche title, like a niche console, like the PS2 was in its later years.
And that's a good thing. It still has longevity.
So I expect Sony to just vomit games out to the public. It's like, here's some PS3 games, whoa! Here's some PS Vita games, whoa! And here's some high-profile PS4 games, whoa!
Like the cases fall from the sky and hit people in the audience. No!
And they'd still do better than Microsoft.
Yeah. Even if the cases are empty, it's just like, oh, I remember this game. This is awesome.
Free swag! Thank you, Sony!
If we're talking their big names, Uncharted 4, they still have to show off. They might have a release date. That would be in a perfect world. Mm-hmm. Probably not this year. Probably March of next year.
They've got a possibility. They've got a possibility of bringing back some other games too.
Yeah. Was that? This was brought up to me, but Deep Down, that Capcom Night thing, is that dead?
I don't know if it's dead, but no one's heard anything yet.
So that could either be a good thing or a bad thing. Either that or they're waiting for this E3 to show it off in full stride.
Yeah, because what they showed in Deep Down was back when the PS4 was just a possibility of what it could be.
Yeah, what it could do, and you don't know it yet, but you'll see eventually.
There's a lot of unanswered questions, because now that everyone's already shown off their big weapons, we're now at the stage of the industry where you got to focus on some motherfucking games to keep the consoles afloat.
Right. I don't think there would be a price drop. There's no point to it. Vita price drop, but everybody's been hoping that for years.
I'm not sure if there's going to be a price drop, because Sony's not one for price drops, especially around E3. They do it more closer to around the holidays than anything else. Yeah,
either that or start bundles, which it'll drop at like $50, and they'll bundle a couple games with it. Mm-hmm. God of War 3 HD is going to get a big showing, at least a 5-minute demo.
I'm getting sick of these remastered editions of all these fucking games we've already played.
Yep, remasters of everything because they're out of ideas. I hope they're not to that point. But Sony had a really hard hitter with the letters. Do you remember those? The letters from fans or whatever? You had Tim Schafer come out of nowhere with Grim Fandango, and then Dead Island 2, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they'll do something like that again. That was surprising. The only other thing I can think of is if Rare's bringing back, or if Microsoft's bringing back the Battletoads, what would happen if Sony brought back Crash Bandicoot?
Do they even have the rights to him anymore?
I think that's the only reason there hasn't been a Crash game in years.
Yeah, because Crash hasn't been a Sony guy in a long time. He's been fucking everybody else in the console market.
We'll see. I want to think this is the year they realize they're bringing back the old stuff. It won't be as good as this Kickstarter stuff, but they're bringing it back.
Maybe they'll bring back SOCOM.
That'd be weird.
Throw their head into the shooter things. And here, we'll try it again. Here.
That would be weird. Let's see.
People are clamoring for Medieval. Pretty sure an Oddworld HD remake of the second game would be coming up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that almost covers all the bases. And then you got the stuff from third parties like Bethesda, Square Enix that are working on games for every console.
Yeah.
And they've got their own press conferences.
Bethesda is currently in their Fallout 4 phase of development, so once they go back to Elder Scrolls 6, I don't give a shit.
Don't give a shit about what?
Fallout 4.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, you don't give a shit about Elder Scrolls 6? What's wrong with you?
I need Elder Scrolls 6 to happen. At the very least, if you're gonna make a fucking remastered game, why the fuck not Skyrim?
Skyrim remastered HD remake?
You've got all these sexy ultra new graphics for it. It'd be easy to port it over to the PS3 and PS4 and Xbox One. Seriously.
That would be nice.
What is wrong with you guys?
I
But fucking Devil May Cry 4 gets it? Seriously?
Well, that's because Capcom, like, they had to sell their pants to bring that one afloat, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, they're barely doing anything. And just on the small topic of Square Enix, I think I know what they're going to do. Because they have their own press conference, and they actually had to move it so Nintendo would have the full limelight because they know better.
Final Fantasy 15, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Just Cause 3. That's it.
Just Cause, Tomb Raider, Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts 3.
You wish.
No, it's coming.
Nope,
it has to be.
Nope, you wish.
Nope, it's coming.
Nope, no show.
Release date early next year, guarantee it.
No show.
But,
no show.
It's going to be there.
TBA 2018.
Nope, nah, don't even say that.
Oh yeah, 2018, because we take forever to actually make these games. So in the meantime, here's Kingdom Hearts 2.78!
The only reason they did those HD remakes is so people were able to play the PS2 classics on the PS3. That way they'd be ready for Kingdom Hearts 3.
So now what they're going to do is they're going to bring all that to the PS4 and Xbox One, so TBA 2018!
I would cry if that was their business statement. Oh, that's it. Deus Ex. They also have that to show off.
Because I hate Kingdom Hearts, I'm gonna stay on that bandwagon and just stick my tongue out at you, sir.
Yeah, bite me.
No, I'm going to stick my tongue out at you.
One more thing, and this is in my perfect world. This would go, if I had a top 10 things I would love to see at E3, this would probably be number 1. If they came out of nowhere and said, by the way, we have a game for Nintendo. In fact, we've got 2 games for Nintendo. Same game, both consoles. For the 3DS and Wii U, we bring you, finally, The World Ends With You 2. Because you left it on a cliffhanger on the iPad port. You losers.
TBA 2022.
God damn it, shut up. And, let's switch over to Nintendo because this one's got me confused.
Nintendo could go anywhere because, again, they've got a whole lot of stuff. I know they said they weren't going to reveal their NX console, so my guess they're just going to vomit more 3DS games and Wii U games our way, which I'm okay with.
And that's what has me confused, because the April 1st Nintendo Direct is a prime example of how secretive Nintendo can be for everything they have. Because the entirety of that Direct, minus the stuff they already announced, was all new. I don't know how they did it.
The E3 would probably be the same thing. You never know. They could just bring shit completely out of left field. Like, hey guys, guess what's coming to the Virtual Console? Mother 3!
That would be a good one.
Yeah.
That would be another one on my list.
So Nintendo could go both ways. It could either be a sort of a flat note for Nintendo. It's like, hey, here's some games. Okay, bye. Or they could be like, here's some games that we know you've wanted for years!
Yeah, so Mother 3 is a very big possibility. In fact, I almost guarantee it if they want to win people over on E3. That's a good one to start with. Another one would be showing off the 2 Smash Brothers characters that are rumored, Roy and Ryu. That'd be a good way to keep people's attention. Or saying that Shovel Knight made it into the roster. That'd be another good thing to keep my attention.
Probably Splatoon stuff.
Splatoon stuff. Well, Splatoon will have already been out, but if they announce like DLC for it, cool.
Yeah, yeah, probably, yeah.
No new Mario game. They already said that, so Mario's done. But if they teased like Galaxy 3, that'd be cool.
I think they're taking a break from Mario for now because I think we've all been Mario'd out for now.
That's true. Well, still, I could just imagine they would tease NX. What is it? The NXT or whatever.
NX Mario.
Yeah, if they teased the new console and then a new Mario game having something to do with Galaxy, that'd be that would start the hype train. Star Fox would probably get a release date, and we'd actually see some footage, please.
We'd probably see some footage of the new Zelda, I hope at least, because it's been a while since we got an update on that.
Yeah, people were saying it was supposed to be shown at E3 this year. They were even saying release this year, but then it got pushed.
Release this year. That's a funny joke there.
Yeah, that's a good one. We'll probably see a trailer, if anything.
Yeah.
What are some other big ones?
Metroid? We'll probably get a trailer and a name for it, and probably some brief glimpses of gameplay and what they're expecting.
Mm-hmm.
So, more characters and all that. And then next year's E3, we'll get more on that, like an actual final release date. It'll be released in late 2016.
Probably around the holidays, November maybe.
Yeah, it's usually always been around October, November, December. That is a good place to sell.
If they want to win over a lot of people, they'll announce F-Zero.
Or a new Metroid game.
Yeah, I was just thinking Metroid. Who would be behind it, though?
Would it matter?
Well, it kind of does matter, because...
probably get more stuff on the 2 new Fire Emblems, too, I bet.
Oh, yeah, Fire Emblem. That would be another big one. Mm-hmm. So, I think we've hit all the big releases. I know they've got something up their sleeve.
Nintendo always has something for E3, so I don't think they'll disappoint us.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it. I can't think of anything else. Maybe more on Shin Megami Fire Emblem, but that's to be expected.
That's going to be something.
Oh man, Animal Crossing. That's too early for another Animal Crossing.
They'll probably announce one. It'll probably be a couple years before we see it.
Yeah. Like Animal Crossing Wii U would be hilarious to see now.
What I would love to see, though, if there was some New Leaf Wii U connectivity.
Oh, yeah, that would be nice.
I would like to see that.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
Because some people still play New Leaf, and some people aren't done with New Leaf.
Yeah. Can you imagine if...
Nobody gave a shit about City Folk.
Well, yes. The Wii one?
Yeah.
Wasn't that the Wii one?
Yeah.
Okay. But, can you imagine if they said, hey, guess what? We're bringing some DLC to Super Mario 3D World? Maybe that's the angle they're going to go with for Mario.
A little late on that, but it would be a little bit easier. You know, instead of making a whole brand new Mario game with all brand new ideas and all that, you can just keep adding to the Mario games you already do have, that everybody already has, that people will pay money for.
Oh, Pokemon. There's probably going to be mention of a new one.
Another new one?
Probably not free-to-play, but they did just announce the new Super Mystery Dungeon or whatever. So they're either going to elaborate more on that, or they're going to continue tradition and release a new colored sequel.
I just want to mention, though, I have both of the free-to-play Pokemon games. I do play them. Not a whole lot, but I do play them from time to time. I played Pokemon Shuffle for a while, but I don't think I need to play it anymore. Because I got Dragonair. I'm done now.
You made it far enough to get your favorite Pokemon, and now it's time to turn it off forever.
Could you see, I caught Dratini in like one of the earlier stages. It's like, oh, Dratini, maybe he can evolve into a... No, that'll take too long. Fuck that. And then in one of the expert stages, it's Dragonite. And I'm thinking, Dragonite? Dragonair's got to be somewhere. He's got to be somewhere. And so I like pushed ahead. I used some of my gems to move forward and all that. And then, sure enough, I saw a little silhouette with winged ears. There he is. It's like stage 107 or something, but oh god, finally! And now I don't need to go on any further, because now I caught him, and he's mine.
There you go, your favorite Pokemon, you're done.
Now I can go to Pokemon Rumble World, and I can quit once I get Dragonair there.
What if it's like the first stage? It's like, oh, quickest game I've ever beaten.
Yeah, right. I'd love it if that was the case. But
So,
I bet it's
going
to be like one of those last-ass fucking levels that take forever to get.
Yeah, probably. Catch rate is abysmal.
Right now, my tagline in that game is Dragonair!
I think that's for every game.
Dragonair! Dragonair! Every time I get a new Pokemon game, first thing, where's the fucking Dragonair?
That's a lot to look forward to in just, like, a week.
Yeah.
Now I want it to get here quicker.
It's gonna be like a gaming holiday. It is a gaming holiday.
Yeah, it's a lot later in June this year. It's like a week off of when it normally is. I thought that was kind of strange.
That was like June 12th or something?
It's June, let me see, June 16th? I think it's the 15th through the 18th.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so it's 3 weeks into June. That's late.
Huh. It might be a while before we update again then, won't it?
Oh, maybe we'll have a placeholder episode, like a 12.5. It's like, what else are we excited for? Doom. And I hope it's just not a generic shooter, damn it.
Maybe Konami will have their day one press release before we do like they always do, and they'll just say, just kidding!
Wow. You know how many people would be pissed off and still wouldn't buy anything of Konami's if it was a joke?
Well, how bad did Konami troll us with the Phantom Pain announcement? I mean, it could all be a thing.
Now, correction, wasn't that mainly Kojima's doing?
Yeah.
He's not there anymore, which means the jokes are done. There is no more fun at Konami HQ.
Well, way to kill the mood.
Oh, wait. Oh, Capcom. They're not having a press release. They don't have enough money to buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can't pay for it. But if they announced something... Oh, shit. Oh, damn it. I made a joke about this in our new Let's Play.
What's that?
Next year's the 20th anniversary of Resident Evil. They would probably hint or tease a remake of Resident Evil 2.
Probably.
But that would probably be for Xbox and PlayStation.
Yep.
Oh, if they were to tease it this year and have it released next year for that date, that would be perfect. That would save them.
Finally, they're making Resident Evil 2 HD, but because of budget cuts, they have to put it on the PS2.
Damn it! I'll take it. I still have my PS2 somewhere around here.
720p progressive, you know.
Oh.
Some games on the PS2 can play HD, so.
Yeah, but... Oh, man. Yeah, if they were to put all their resources towards something that looks like Resident Evil Remake and add that to Resident Evil 2, as long as they don't take anything out, people will buy that immediately. Did you see the numbers on the HD Remake for the downloadable one?
A bunch.
A bunch.
A lot of bunch.
Like, people want old-style Resident Evil looking nicer. Just pretty up Resident Evil 2. You don't even have to change anything, and people will still buy it if you pretty it up.
All right, let's say we try and wrap this up now. I think that's a good place to stop.
Yeah. Okay.
We got any questions to mention?
Oh, let me take a look. There was actually a couple of them. What is a game that's so bad and terrible, but you guys really like to play as a kid or today?
I don't know. If I hated a game, I never played it. Probably the closest one I can think of is the Sonic 3D games.
Yeah, considered bad, but you still liked it. To be honest, Dead Rising didn't get good review scores ever because it's technically flawed, but I still loved it. And they said, and I'm sure this is a really stupid question, but what are your thoughts on Unfriended, that movie with Killer Skype?
I heard it was underwhelming, but
Yep.
In terms of concept, I can get behind it.
It still looks like garbage.
Yeah, but interesting garbage. Unique garbage.
Yeah, the type that won't give you, like, botulism or whatever.
I feel like it could probably be done better, though.
Yeah.
But it could have been done a whole lot worse. The fact that they stayed on the computer screen is good, and I mentioned that would be a good thing.
This might get an interesting response, but iTunes hasn't gotten the episode yet.
Yeah, the podcast is... We got problems with the podcast. You may notice that episode 1 is not there anymore, because the feed that I use to run the Orange Peripheral only can hold 10 episodes. I am working with podcast.com to hopefully get it hosted for free. We can get all the episodes up there. But for now, if you want to see older episodes, just come to the YouTube channel. Fuck!
For now.
For now.
We'll come up with something.
Like, just when I got around to actually updating the fucking thing, this shows up. I can't catch a break.
What are your thoughts on the following games? Deus Ex, Borderlands, Mortal Kombat, Infamous, Suda51 games.
Okay, go off in order.
Deus Ex. Haven't played it.
It's a game.
Borderlands. I actually really like it. It's a shoot 'em and loot 'em game, but it's really boring if you're playing alone.
It's also a game.
Mortal Kombat.
It's a game.
It's a really good 2D fighting game. I haven't played the most recent one, but it looks spectacular.
I'm really impressed with Mortal Kombat X, actually, because it's actually way more inclusive to everyone. It's just the way that it presents itself and the way that it knows what it is. It's just, I really like it. Probably not going to buy it, but I really am impressed by it.
Yeah, you can still be impressed by something and not get it.
I mean, they have a gay character, and they don't even, like, make fun of him for being gay.
Which is impressive.
Yes. They handled that moment quite well, actually.
Infamous.
Love the second one. I'm playing, well, I haven't finished First Light yet, but that's looking pretty good. Might pick up Second Son when it's on sale.
Yeah, I still haven't played any of the Infamous games. I'm surprised I don't own any. I probably should get on that.
They're really good. You can probably skip the first one, though, because the second one's way better.
Okay. And Suda51 games.
I think I need to give him another try, because I love the No More Heroes games, and don't think I've played that much else. Oh, I played Lollipop Chainsaw, of course. I platted that game, for fuck's sake. But I think I should give Killer 7 another try.
Yeah, and if you want to borrow Killer is Dead... Oh, wait, Damn it, you have a broken 360.
2 broken 360s.
Yeah, I will say this. Suda51 games, fun to play. They're not technically well put together. They have a lot of problems. So, like, Shadows of the Damned, it was kind of fun, but it was meh. Kind of technically bad. But, yeah, same thing with Lollipop Chainsaw. Fun to play, kind of technically bleh.
But it's all the charm and all the wit and all the fun gameplay that makes it worthwhile.
Right. So maybe he'll announce a new game at E3.
Lollipop Chainsaw 2.
That would be interesting.
I had fun with Lollipop Chainsaw. I mean, it was a surprisingly good game. Short, yes, criminally, but
an arcade style game that was fun to play.
Fun games. I can't get used to that fact.
It's a foreign concept. That's the sad part.
All they ever make nowadays is just boring dreck that people hate. And
that's it.
That's it?
Yeah, so I guess to close this out, what are you working on?
Well, I'm playing a lot of games right now.
Then,
I'm playing Bloodborne, Donkey Kong 64, Guacamelee, Bravely Default, Resident Evil 5 Gold Edition, Paper Mario, Steins Gate, Hiyoko Renly no Darling, Fire Emblem Awakening, and Yakuza 4.
Jesus Christ, dude. This is why you can't finish anything.
That's just on the consoles, man.
God. I mean, give yourself a break.
I keep busy.
Wow. Well, since I beat Dead Rising 3, I guess the next game for consoles would be Peggle 2.
Woo!
Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, or whatever I decide to put in my 3DS. Almost my entire Vita library is still on the chopping block. And Uncharted. I'm trying to go through the Uncharted trilogy to get ready for 4 because it looks so promising. And I've never played Uncharted before, so this is a good way to get myself into it. Pretty decent.
I'd rather play Last of Us.
I still haven't... Last of Us... Get to it eventually. It's hard.
I like it better. I mean, I like it better than what the Uncharted series gave me, I think. Maybe I'm just weird on that. I'm alone on that. But whatever, we're going on too long. We should get out of here.
Yep, so look forward to a new project coming up soon with UDJ and myself. It's coming out of nowhere, but for a very specific reason. You'll see what I mean when you watch the first episode.
Hooray.
So, see you guys after E3, or beforehand, maybe, possibly.
We'll just see you at the same place that you're...
Same place, undetermined time.
Okay, bye.
Yep, later.